One race to go in the regular series season for the OMSRL Cup Series on Tuesday nights. And after a wild race at one of this series' longest and fastest racetracks, we'll swing on down to the shortest for one final time for reset the top 10 for the playoffs. Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to Green Flight TV. My name is R11, bringing you all of racing action from start to finish from tonight's race at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. It is going to be a hot and a fast race this afternoon. A lot is riding on the line, and it is going to be absolutely maximum effort from all drivers this afternoon as we get set to see just how everything will shake on up when we do get out around this half-mile oval. We take a look at the point standings, engine racing action this afternoon. Right now, Sean Bounty is in the lead. He is effectively secure with his points up there into the chase. Same story for Grant Peterson, Sean Kaiser, Conor LaFrance, and possibly Spencer Ray. The big story, look down to 10th. Justin Crudock stands on the bubble spot. He is tied with Mark Brannigan Jr. Just 3 points out is Barrett Morton, but Morton will not be able to contend for a championship this season. He is currently on vacation, and despite being only 3 points out, he will miss the mark by just that much. 5 points back, you do have Jacob Noyes. Noyes is present tonight, as is Tyler Grinnell and Stefan Purcell, along with Brendan Kluge. All of those drivers with a mathematical chance to get themselves into playoff contention this afternoon. Everybody else is down and out, and that is now confirmed. So a lot is still yet to be decided. It is going to be a hard-fought race this afternoon. It's going to be a wild race for sure, and all of this with qualifying still underway for the North Wilkesboro Speedway. You're watching Robert Peterson as he will actually abort his first lap and pull it down to pit road. What about Austin McColgan making his way around the racetrack for the Tampa Bay Lightning's Toyota Camry? And we'll see how this is going to pan on out this afternoon. McColgan on his first lap puts himself to the number 8 spot. Tyler Grinnell puts himself immediately to 8th and bumps McColgan back down to 9th. Crossing the start-finish line, this time by McColgan. Punches his ticket into the number 2 spot this afternoon. Can Tyler Grinnell capitalize or try to go for provisional pole this afternoon? Sitting in 9th, and he will. He jumps to the top spot by 1/100th of a second, and Tyler Grinnell is back on top. Hunter Thrower as well in a bit of a scrap just up the road as he tries to get himself sorted for that Lowe's number 83 Chevy Camaro. Cross the start-finish line to end his second lap, and he'll go from 11th up to 5th. So some of the nuances of this racetrack. We, of course, talk about the fact that turn 1, it's in a downhill section. Turn 3, it's in an uphill section. It's one of the most unique ovals there is out there with it being built on a slope, and that is only going to amplify the intensity of the race that we're going to be seeing on this afternoon. And still not a lot of time left to go to get your championship sorted either, and only 60 seconds now before we'll get this race fully underway for, well over 100 laps of the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Going to be a wild one, but should be a fun one as well this afternoon. "20 seconds remain in qualifying. 16 out of the 20 drivers have put down qualifying laps this afternoon. So it's looking like things are all going to be nice and sorted for us on this one. Not expecting to see too much out of the ordinary for a North Wilkesboro race, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be seeing some big shakeups of the championship order as well. There is a lot to be excited about, and it's all going to be coming at you live on Tuesday night, as the session will officially tick over to the race session. It's time to see who will be the top 10 fighting it out for a championship. Tyler Grinnell for Eastern Stars Motorsports lines it up on the front row. Just 8th out off the mark. You got Sean Bounty for Rebel Racing down in the number 2 spot. Austin McColgan brings it home in 3rd, with Spencer Ray for All-American Motorsports in 4th. Hunter throws back to the number 5 spot alongside Sean Kaiser. Kaiser currently running in that 6th place position. 7th place on row number 4, you've got Connor LaFrance for Eastern Stars Motorsports alongside Badger Racing's Ryan Dingler. Rounding out the top 10 to the top half of this field, you'll have none other than Justin Krudoff on that bum spot alongside Mark Brannigan Jr. Grant Peterson runs in 11th, Stefan Purcell in 12th. Austin Cassione is up in row number 7 and 13th with Maxwell Kroll for MWMF Motorsports in 14th. Brett Rucker on row number 8 will be alongside Terrell Wheeler. They are the last 2 drivers put down qualifying laps. From there, Robert Peterson and Brandon Kluge will bring up row number 9 and rounding out the 20-car field. It is Inconsistency Racing driver Jacob Noyes and Justin Wilson alongside him on the front row. So that's your grid then as we get set to duke it out this afternoon. Going to be, again, an extremely wild race this afternoon. And you know that this is going to be an insane race indeed. And you've got a lot of drivers that have got a lot riding on the line. And among those is Jacob Noyes. And it was not the qualifying effort that he was necessarily hoping to have. In fact, he opted not to put down a qualifying lap at all. He starts his race from the 19th place spot. We'll get a chance to talk to him now. Jacob, it's a race where you're starting this one on the back foot. Kind of talk us through what you're going to have to do to make up those 5 points to fight your way into the playoffs.
It is going to be on a hope and a prayer. Just hoping for some, I'm sorry to say it, some calamity for my competitors. Just screwed up both of my qualifying attempts to where the laps didn't count, so got to work my way up the hard way.
We look forward into how this race could pan out as a whole. How long do you think we're going to get before we get that first yellow? Because I think it's safe to say it's a bit of a prerequisite here.
Yeah, with the way everybody's kind of driving and the fact that the track temp is just going up, I think we're going to probably see it in the first 5 laps or so. Hoping it doesn't, hoping for a green flag run. I tend to do better on long runs, but we'll just see what happens.
We'll see how things are going to pan out for you. We'll let you get back to work. Well, not congratulations just yet, but we'll wish you the best of luck out there this afternoon.
Thanks, Nolan. Hopefully that's preemptive.
Here's to hoping. Jacob Noyes starts his race from 19th spot out of Cedro Valley, and we're going to get set to get this race underway. Again, a lot that is going to be on the line for drivers this afternoon, and we're happy that you are joining us on this beautiful Tuesday night. It's go, go, go from North Carolina. Tyler Grinnell leading lap number 1 of 160 to the green flag this afternoon as we'll hightail it down to the back straightaway. Still no changes up for the race lead. The top 5 run as they qualified. Double file from about 7th on back. Mark Brannigan Jr. currently side by side with Sean Kaiser. He gets sideways coming off of turn number 2 and almost a bit of 3 wide behind them. As Stefan Purcell and more scramble throughout this field. Hunter Thrower and Connor LaFrance duking it out. You've also got Ryan Dingler, that number 16, trying to make moves early on. Battles on for the lead as Tyler Grinnell will step the back end out, shoots across the racetrack, heads up, and the field will miss him, and your pole sitter finds himself down and out early on. He'll drop to the tail of the field, looking like he kept damage out of it for the most part. As Tyler Grinnell, take a look at what happened to him here as he comes around. Through turn numbers 3 and 4, way up on the high side, and just picked up that throttle as he crested the hill. Sean Bounty shoots to the lead as Greneau just loops the back end. Goes for a lazy slide, and he will eventually force the yellow by coming to a stop, but did a good job on holding that car to the inside. To the inside. So Tyler Greneau just looping that back end, and Jacob Noyes coming into pit road for a little bit of a splash and dash. Stefan Purcell is also into pit road further behind. And this is a long stop for that 57 car, so something possibly going awry for him. Sean Bounty continuing to lead the way still. As this field works off at turn number 4, it's McCulkin in second, Ray third, LaFrance, Thrower, and Dingler will bring up the first 3 rows. And for your pole sitter, Tyler Greneau, he drops all the way to the tail early on. The iRacing pace car, and he's had to pull back down into pit road. This time by Sean Bounty, going to jump right back into the throttle, pick the outside for the restart. We're back to green flag racing as we hit double digits. Bounty already pushing clear into turn number 1. LaFrance sizing up a pass, trying to see if he can't make something happen around the long way of 3 and 4, but instead he's going to come under fire from Austin McColgan. McColgan and LaFrance still in the side-by-side battle for the number 2 spot. As McColgan will drop all the way back to 5th. Bounty with the fastest lap of the race. Last time by, already setting the pace early on. Meanwhile, Sean Kaiser and Justin Krudoff now going up against it. Mark Brannigan Jr. still hugging the inside as well. Krudoff fights his way into the number 8 spot right now, secure with that final playoff spot. Along with Brannigan, they run nose tail. Look at the 3 wide behind Brett Rucker. Getting into it with Tyler Greneau and Grant Peterson. As the field stacked up behind, and now Greneau turned again. Tyler Greneau spun for a second time this afternoon. This time, not from his own doing, and he'll slide into the infield grass. Terrell Wheeler also around on the back straightaway. So we look to see what happened here to Tyler Greneau coming off of turn number 2. Just drifted up. Brett Rucker, well, there was not a whole lot he could do about that one, so Greneau may have done that to himself. Brandon Kluge cuts to the inside, hops across the grass. He had a near miss. And there you see Terrell Wheeler around in the background as well. So this is what happened initially to Greneau at speed. And then Terrell Wheeler just lost it by himself coming off of turn number 2. It's right on board with Greneau. Oh, just caught that opening at the worst possible angle. That did him absolutely no favors either. So we are under the yellow flag once again. Lap 17 now for this field. It's not been an ideal start to this race. Already 2 cautions, and we are only 17 of 160 into this one. But such is the treacherous nature of racing at the North Wilkesboro Speedway from time to time. No doubt still a lot more to come into play as well before the night is out. White's aboard the iRacing pace car will go out again. And Sean Boundy will look to see if he can't pick things up from the outside. Lap 19, Bounty immediately clears down to the turn number 1. Prada LaFrance running for second. Hunter Thrower in third. Spencer Ray in fourth. Ryan Dingler back in fifth. The pack slicing and dicing as they duck through double file, fighting their way back to the front stretch. Finally turning lap number 20. This afternoon, and we got him around again. Justin Wilson around this time, along with Maxwell Kroll. So again, we have 2 cars that go around up in turn number 2. And this one may have been the result of one going into another or one losing control. Oh, Justin Wilson got loose, just drifted wide and took out Maxwell Kroll. It's an easy mistake to make when you're down in turn numbers 1 and 2. It's just unfortunate that it had to collect Kroll. And this will put us under the yellow flag for the 3rd time tonight. See the Universe machine going into the infield grass as well. So 3 cautions in just 22 laps. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's more racing action on Green Flag TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Getting set to go back to green flag racing. We'll restart this race for lap 25 of 160. Once again, Sean Bounty with the race lead. And we'll get the final regular season race back underway. This time, Bounty picked the inside for the restart. Double foul off the corner. 100 thrower without a lot of room. And around goes Spencer Ray. We won't make it a lap. And Ray finds himself facing the wrong way in turn number, well, not even into turn, down the backstretch for that one. This race just goes from bad to worse for some, but for others, this is exactly the type of drama that they were hoping for. In particular, Jacob Noyes, who has clawed his way all the way up to 11th. But right now, that is not enough to catch up to Justin Krudoff, who runs all the way up in 6th. Tell you what, the whole field did a great job on getting around Spencer Ray there, as he just drifted into the side of Ryan Dingler, and that's all she wrote. Oh, but Jacob Noyes did get put into the wall there a little bit from Grant Peterson. Well, with all of that behind us, we got a chance to speak with Jacob Noyes on his prospects. Let's see if we can't get the chance as well to speak to Justin Krudoff, currently running in the number 6 spot for his HW Racing Machine. Justin, this is the ramp up here. Got a copy?
10-4, I got you.
Well, you entered this race right on the bubble spot, tied with Mark Brannigan Jr. for that last point spot. Your main competitor right now, Jacob Noyes, and you entered this race 5 points ahead of him, but you're still looking strong. Kind of walk us through how things are looking for you this afternoon.
So far, just trying to survive. I'm hoping we can get some green and kind of get into a rhythm. Right now, it's really stop-start, so just trying to stay out of the carnage and keep moving forward.
If this rhythm does continue, though, is that going to be a hindrance to you or a benefit?
So far, it's working. I've moved up a few spots, so we'll just see what the race throws at us.
Well, wish the best of luck out there. Good luck on the impending restart.
Thank you very much.
Justin Krudoff currently running in the number 6 spot and still within shot to take that final playoff spot as well. Lights out. We go green this time. Green flag is up in the air. Lap 31 of 160. Double file as we work the backstretch. Ryan Dingler thinking about a lunge down the inside of Conor LaFrance. No dice. Thrower maintains his run from the inside, and around goes Wilson now. Justin Wilson into the wall, and he's up on top of the pit wall. Gets into the Ute tire, and up he goes. Able to get his car back rolling. They will not have a caution somehow for that. This race will remain green. Double file, looking for some 3 wide, and now the caution comes out because, oh boy, we got a big mess over there in turn number 2. Sean Bounty continues to lead. Let's look real quick on what happened to Justin Wilson. Just looped it up on the tire. Was lucky enough he was able to get it rolling. But then all of this mess into turn number 1. Well, Justin Wilson was already around again on the front stretch, but Dingler just lost it. Sean Kaiser got involved. Krudoff took a hit. Grant Peterson took a hit. Brandon Kluge slid through, looking like for the most part we're able to actually escape that with minimal damage. Props on the field for that one. This is at speed. What happened to Justin Wilson and beyond? So this is after he just got going and just spun the wheels. Went into the outside wall That's really what brought this yellow out, and then back to the inside wall. There goes the pack. Brandon Kluge got turned around. Quite a few cars with damage, but only 2 actually spun the whole way around. All of this leaves Sean Bounty still as the race leader. And lights still stay on the pace car with Justin Wilson being a lap down. It is now an extended yellow flag for that one car that is a lap down. Brett Rucker runs to the tail end of this field, still just barely on the lead lap. Right now, the top 9 have still not come down to pit road, unsurprisingly. But still, you got all 20 still in the running, despite being on our 5th caution. No really big wrecks yet. I mean, you had a weird one with Wilson right before caution 5. A lot of just single car spins for the most part. Green flag is back in the air. Oh, look out! Robert Peterson slides it out. He'll just keep it underneath him. This field just cannot get the tires sorted underneath them. Conor LaFrance and Hunter Thrower side by side as they fight it down to the turn numbers 3 and 4. Up the hill, a little bit of tire lockup going on a bit further behind. Coming around, Brandon Kluge being run over by the number 1 of Austin Gassion. Got to be careful of that. Cars around to the backstretch. Jacob Noyes around. Sean Kaiser's into the inside fence. And he's going to get turned by Rucker up into traffic. Justin Wilson put into the fence. And caution flag is out again. Man, we could not keep these guys out of trouble this afternoon. That was messy all around. Kaiser got loose, put Dingler to the wall, slid down, body slammed the inside wall, and then just drifted up, and, oh, Dingler took him out. There's no better way to put that. Dingler took Kaiser out. That's pretty blatant right there. This is on board with Sean Kaiser. And then with Ryan Dingler. So yeah, Sean Kaiser gets loose. Puts Dingler into the wall. He just turns into him and throttles up. I mean, it doesn't get much more cut and dry than that. Boy, tempers are flaring this afternoon. Spencer Ray's in a pit road, Kroll's in a pit road. Dingler has taken himself out of the race. We have our first official retirement of the night. Yellow number 6, and we only just hit the 1 quarter mark. Our longest green flag run has not been longer than about 10 laps or so. So Bounty, LaFrance, Thrower, McColgan, Brannigan, Krudoff. Already I'm running out of things to say under this multitude of yellow flags. It is Kluge, Peterson, Gassione, and Granot to close out the top 10. Championship-wise, Brannigan and Brannigan and Krudoff still remain in prime position to take the last 2 playoff spots. And I'm not seeing much that'll be able to upset that run, especially since now Jacob Noyes has been collected in a couple of incidents this afternoon. Free-flying back in the air, we'll try it again. Lap 47 of 160, looking for 2 and 3 wide as they come down into turn numbers 1 and 2. Fighting our way to the back straightaway. Do we finally get a green flag run in? LaFrance, Thrower, Bounty, all under a blanket in the battle for the race lead. Side by side for the number 2 spot. LaFrance trying to think about going for it, but Thrower in the All-American Motorsports number 83 is really upset in this run. Trouble behind Brandon Kluge into the inside wall. He'll get it back onto the racetrack without much consequence. Brannigan and Peterson going at it. Hunter Thrower. Oh, now Grant Peterson making contact with Brannigan behind. Peterson forcing Brannigan up the track. The number 52 just clears the 98. Connor LaFrance started to slip back as Austin McColgan fights his way to 3rd. We're finally getting some laps, and I think a rhythm is being established. There's still a little bit of side-by-side behind with Justin Krudoff trying to get a run with Robert Peterson going. Oh, but Peterson bobbles, nearly takes them both out. Working lap 51, now to 52. Oh, around goes Noyes. Sideways in the background, hard into the inside wall. No caution, he kept it going straight, and we'll keep it going. I think now we're on the longest green flag run that we've had all night long. But it might not last much longer at this rate as Terrell Wheeler being hit by Justin Wilson behind. Wilson goes around for a 3rd time this afternoon. Stopped right in the middle of traffic. Can he hang on? Robert Peterson's also around in the back straightaway. No yellow yet. We'll keep it green. Such a tight racetrack, and there's not a lot of places where you can hide if there's an incident in front of you. But for now, this pack on a solid tear. Jacob Noyes sliding further back through the field. He's been struggling to keep his car underneath him. You've also got Austin McColgan, Hunter Thrower still battling for the number 2 spot. Connor LaFrance and Grant Peterson are battling for 4th. So a lot of drivers now finally getting into the meat of some of these fights as we work our way back down to the round into turn numbers 1 and 2. McColgan looking for the high side to get around Hunter Thrower. No luck. thrower. Driving it in deep on the bottom. As he tries to get himself sorted, Robert Peterson and Maxwell Kroll are currently exchanging blows for a position of their own. This is all the way back for 13th. Peterson takes that one away from Kroll down the inside. Now Brandon Kluge trying to follow him through. And we'll get this field single file for realistically the first time all night long. 100 laps to go. Look out, LaFrance sliding out the tail end. Here comes Grant Peterson. Peterson trying to charge to the inside, or to the outside, and he'll pick off LaFrance with that mistake. So Conor LaFrance drops another one. He's down to 5th and now at risk of losing the top 5 to 2 of his ZS7 teammates just behind him in the form of Austin Gassione and Tyler Grinnell. And caution, Jacob Noyes around in turn 4. Yellow flag comes out for the 7th time tonight. That comes at the end of our longest green flag run. He looked to the inside of Maxwell Kroll, a little bit of contact, and then hopped over the curb and around he goes. So Noyes' day gets a little bit of a wrench thrown into the works. Will we see the field come down to pit road? No, we sure will. So far, everybody still on the lead lap, except for Spencer Ray is coming in. Ray staying out on the racetrack. He'll pick up the race lead. So Boundy into pit road along with Moore. 4 tires and fuel looking to be the call all throughout. Cannot say I'm surprised. And there's the race off of pit road. So once again, the yellow flag comes out. Spencer Ray, now your race leader. We're working caution number 7. We'll be back in a moment. Back to Green Flag TV, just about to get this show back on the road. We're working lap 68 of 160 this afternoon. Just over 90 laps to go. Green flag is back out for the regular season finale in the OMSRL Cup Series. Now here's the big thing. Will we go the distance like we did the last time? Or will we get another quick yellow like we have throughout about the 50 laps prior? Spencer Ray pulling clear. Everybody behind him is on fresh rubber. But when they're battling side by side with each other, they can't really mount a proper offensive. And now the caution comes out to save Spencer Ray's lead. This time it's Brett Rucker who has towed to pit road. Just lost it all by himself coming off of turn number 4, and oh boy, he nosed it hard into the inside wall. Heavy lick for the number 4. Let's take a rundown of this race of this wreck, and we'll ride on board. Hard hit, and that will put him effectively down and out this afternoon. See if we can't get a little chat here with Brett Rucker. Of course, was not the day that he was hoping to have, and he now finds himself down and out. Brett, of course, it's a tough ending to the day for you. Are we going to see you back on the track, or is that game over?
That's game over. I blew my engine and had 2 tows, so I'm out.
Kind of talk us through the season so far. It's been a bit of a wild one for you. You've been all over the place, up, down, right through the middle. And at the end of the day, you're going to be looking like it won't be a championship run for you, but are you potentially looking forward to the next season at that point?
Oh yeah, next season will be fun. It's short tracks get me every time, but I'm on my way to the local Applebee's. I'll have a beer ready for you.
That sounds like a solid plan. Wish you the best of luck then throughout, well, the last few races, and we'll see if you can get some good results in before the season's out.
All right. Nice talking to you.
Brett Rucker, unfortunately down and out, marked as the second DNF on the night after Ryan Dingler took himself out of the race after he intentionally wrecked Sean Kaiser after he got put in the outside wall when Sean Kaiser got a little bit loose. So, let's reset. Caution number 8. It is Ray, Thrower, Bounty, McColgan, Peterson, LaFrance, Grinnell, Gassion, Krudoff, and Brannigan for the top 10. Well, reset, we'll try it again. Let's see how this race is going to pan out. Free flying back in the air. Spencer Ray driving it in towards turn number 1. Connor LaFrance looking way for the outside. Can't get a move going up there. Hunter Thrower trying to make a lunge on Ray. McColgan sending it in the long way around the Lowe's number 83 Chevy Camaro. Whoa, and now McColgan tracking out. He'll lose the back end. Stacks him up into Grant Peterson. A little bit of door-to-door contact there. As Grinnell, oh, and around goes McColgan. Spins it out. And we're under the yellow flag again. Man, I mean, these guys just cannot keep it out of trouble. Put through the ringer tonight, and it's not looking like that's going to be going away anytime soon. Colgan just got loose. Cold tires coming back to bite him. Grant Peterson tips the 51 fully around to the Tampa Ray Lightning number 51. Camry goes for a slide. Was already losing that towards corner exit. Grant Peterson did his best, but, well, only so much you can do there. Still have not reached double digits on the caution count, but we're only one away from that. And now we are at the halfway point. 9 cautions within the first half of this race. Not a stat that any league wants to see. And I know for a fact that these drivers are no doubt getting a little bit tired of it. And I'm sure the series administrators, they're trying to talk to them. They're trying to work it out, see we can get some green flag running in. North Wilkesboro is a tough track, and in these Gen 7 cars, I haven't ever called a race here that's been under 15 yellows. I know when the LTAC All Street Media Cup series came out here about a year ago, they had a healthy handful of yellows as well. They had over 20 when they came here. You don't see too many Gen 7 leagues coming out here too much, and I think this might be why. But the lights will go out, and we'll get set to go green, this time by single file for the restart. First time I think we have ever seen that in OMSRL competition. So I think that has sent a message. Clean it up. Green flag is back in the air. Spencer Ray leading the way down to the turn numbers 1 and 2. Thrower and LaFrance pulling away from the top 3. Sean Bounty running in 4th, a bit of no man's land, pulling away from Tyler Greneau, who leads the train from 5th on back. Hunter Thrower trying to drive to the back of Spencer Ray. He's going to make the move, and Hunter Thrower going to the lead of the race. Spencer Ray started to drop back. Connor LaFrance will hang on to that number 2 spot as he'll fight to the inside of Ray. Sean Bounty brings it up in 3rd with Tyler Greneau back in the number 5 spot. Right now, Ray being freight trained, and now Greneau into the back of Bounty. Slides the 34 out, and Sean Bounty trying to get it up to speed as they ascend the hill. He'll fight it out with Robert Peterson, trying to cling to a top 10. Jacob Noyes going around again at the tail end of the field. He'll rejoin with no consequences. Just having a little bit of a slide off of turn number 2 and going into the infield. Connor LaFrance attacking Hunter Thrower for the overall race lead. 0.2 of a second between them. And Thrower looking like he'll be able to just cling on for another little while. Working lap 90. 70 laps to go at the line. LaFrance still trying to size up an overtake on Hunter Thrower. Now trying to go in around the outside. It's not going to happen. He's got to really try to find a way to get around this 83 car. If not high, then low. Mark Brannigan Jr. trying to get a run going, gets to the tail end of Tyler Grinnell, moves him up the hill in turn 3. Couldn't quite get him out of the way. This DeWalt Mustang under some heavy fire. This right now the tightest clustered battle pack on the racetrack. Running 94 of 160. The problem that a lot of this field's got right now is where do you take these runs once you have them? Renault looking like he might want to try to stick it down the inside of Spencer Ray, and he's going to do just that. So Ray bumped out of the podium spots and could end up dropping more. He's back to 5th, but Grant Peterson still holds his inside. Oh, and Ray catches the outside wall. Grant Peterson hugging down to the inside. The 1 of Gassion steps the tail end out. Will drive it in deep. And now the 52 of Grant Peterson looking to attack Brannigan. Brannigan up on the high side of the racetrack, trying to hang on with some of that momentum that you can carry from the high side. And he'll manage to hang on to the move. How about Austin Gassion trying to go around the long way as well, but again, just can't find the run to make it happen. Well, ever since he went to single file, it's been a good run so far. Nobody, save for 1 or 2 minor self-spins that have led to no contact with any walls or cars, we've been completely clean. Further behind, Stefan Purcell being moved up the racetrack by Justin Krudoff as Krudoff looks to the inside. 60 to go. Krudoff fights his way to the 9th place spot. Krudoff continuing his drive through the field. Robert Peterson sliding it down to the back straightaway. He'll drop 2. Oh boy. Goodness, I mean, this has been something wild this afternoon. Stefan Purcell having a bit of a moment. Take a quick look, show you what happened. Just lost the back end, slid down, and kept it off the inside wall. Well, hell. Oh, and now Justin Wilson with again another little problem. Goodness, I mean, we, I think, are just having a time of it here this afternoon. Still, we've got Spencer Ray trying to attack Sean Bounty further up the road. Tyler Grenoble, Mark Brannigan Jr. going out at the third and fourth. Lap 106. The fight very much on. Renault and Brannigan still packed up line to stern. As the 81 and the 99 continuing to go at it, still without any room as to who's going to end up where come the end of this race. Brannigan's trying to open up a door on the inside, and I like what he's doing. He's entering high, exiting low. He's trying to get a good drive off of these corners. The problem is he keeps catching him mid-corner, and that's costing him so much on overall speed through these turns as he tries to close to the tail end of the 81. You have to wonder, how long will it be before he gets tired of waiting and just decides to put the chrome horn to him? Connor LaFrance breaking by Terrell Wheeler, a lap car that just got put a lap down. 50 laps to go at the line. Wheeler this time will hug it down to the inside, and I thought he was going to let them through. I was wrong. As Renault and Brannigan continue to go at it. Although they are going to get a little bit more separated now. Connor LaFrance, meanwhile, continuing to lead the way ahead of Hunter Thrower, and right now it doesn't look like anything will be able to upset the run. Eastern Stars Motorsports number 7, seeking win number 3, and trying to become the first driver to take 3 wins on the season. But as we've seen before, a lot can happen in just 50 laps. Further behind, Spencer Ray, Justin Crudoff in a line. Two-way battle for the 8th place spot. A bit further behind them, we got Austin McColgan and Brandon Kluge in a fight of their own. And McColgan just got into the side of Terrell Wheeler as he was trying to lap him. So a near miss there. And now, Crudoff to the inside of Ray. Through turns 3 and 4. Ray not being helped right now. His last pit stop was all the way back on lap 42. So it was a good while ago. Nobody has pitted after the halfway mark, save for Justin Wilson, who was in for 1 minute and 38 seconds. Connor LaFrance and Hunter Thrower continuing to run, 1/4 of a second between them. McColgan and Kluge. Now side by side towards the backstretch, but Kluge gonna pull clear. So the Falcon Racecraft 69 Mustang doing a good job on keeping it in front of a charging Austin McColgan. McColgan, of course, trying to battle his way back through the field after his problems earlier on. As well as that, Hunter Thrower has been losing a bit of ground lately as he works off of turn number 4. Back over the last little while, Thrower's been closing in quite consistently. He's caught to the back of LaFrance, but now he has stalled. So now we'll see Thrower go to work, start probing for chinks in the armor. Maxwell Kroll jumping to pit road. And this looks like it was a hardware failure for Kroll. McColgan to the inside of Kluge. Can he take the spot away? Oh, off the corner into the side and around goes McColgan. Hard into the inside wall, spun it around. He's going to back it up onto the racetrack, and the yellow comes out for the 10th time. Boy, what a shot. Just drifted wide. McColgan, I'm afraid to say, did that to himself. Slid to the inside. Body slammed off the inside wall. Tagged it hard with the left rear. Bit softer with the left front. That drove it backwards and parked it on the inside of 3 when the yellow came out. So expect again for everybody to be coming down for pit stops here under this yellow flag. Pit stops underway for everybody in this field. Nobody this time staying out. Although it's a split call. Gassion taking fuel only, while everyone else takes tires. A bold choice from Gassion will put into the race lead, but will he be able to stay there? We'll find out when we return for the last 30 some laps on Green Flag TV. Welcome back to Green Flag TV. We are getting set to get this show back on the road. And what a wild ride it is going to be as we are coming to the close of this one. 32 laps will remain when we take that green flag. Gassion takes the lead, but his tires about 60 laps older than everybody else's in this field. Is that a viable strategy? We'll see. They are not putting this field back to double file. They'll keep it single. Green flag is back in the air. We're back to racing. A big stack up behind. Conor LaFrance looking for the inside. Immediately pushes Gassion out wide. But Gassion gets the drive back down. He'll hang on for the lead. Renault looking to attack his teammate down into turn number 3. LaFrance locking up the right front. He's going to hang on. But Tyler Grinnell to the inside, looking to pick off the number 2 spot. Hunter Thrower also trying to find his way through on the inside of LaFrance, dropping back to 3rd at risk of losing the podium positions. He'll catch the outside wall off 2. Thrower within an inch of Grinnell's back bumper. Doors LaFrance up the track in turn 4. No love lost between these drivers as they fight their way back to turn 1. Grant Peterson dropping 7 positions up in turn numbers 1 and 2, possibly with a problem, while Conor LaFrance just finds a hole between Grinnell and Thrower. 29 to go. And the race for the win is on. Thrower takes the inside of LaFrance and bumps him off the podium. Meanwhile, for the lead, Gassion still hanging on. As Thrower gets a little loose, here comes LaFrance trying to drive back in around the outside of the 83. Gets by him again. Gassion on those worn tires, still doing a great job on trying to hang on. Tyler Grinnell, though, a man that is on the move. Sean Boundy also trying to advance his position. He fights to try to get around Mark Brannigan Jr. The top 2 still within 0.2 of a second and still with outside of half a second from Thrower on back. Actually try to pull away for these guys behind. They are doing that for some folks in this field. There goes Grinnell looking to the inside of Gassion. Trying to drive for the lead, and he has got him, but he's loose. Gassion gonna get him back as they try to come down to turn 1. Contact as they enter turn number 1. Grinnell gets clear there, 3 wide, coming off of turn number 2. Contact with Thrower, squeezing LaFrance into the wall. They rub again. Thrower bullies his way through into the number 2 spot. Gassion dropped back to 3rd. Wild turn of events. Ball kicks off with just one driver getting sideways. Gassion into the back bumper of Thrower. Trying to go for the bump and run. Thrower's got Eastern Stars Motorsports. To the left, to the right, in the mirror. And Gassion turns Thrower. Spins him out off of turn number 4. He bumped him once, he bumped him twice, and finally sent him around on the exit of turn 4. That got ugly in a hurry right there. Gonna take a look back. Curious if Thrower was loose. There's 1 hit. There's 2. Just moved him and then turned him. 3 hits, all in the same corner, and around he goes. Again, a good job on the field to miss that. It's right on board with Gassion. Try to get a look at that whole big battle that happened in the laps leading up to this. So there's Grinnell taking one away from Austin Gassion on the inside. It's about 2 laps before the caution. Thrower slammed into the back of Gassion. Gave him the old smash and sprint treatment. Then pinched him right into his teammate, Conor LaFrance. Gassion looking like all of this, he just repaid the favor. As you'll see, he bumped him once in turn number 1, expressing that displeasure. He immediately blocked Conor LaFrance, and then comes to a head. I'm sure that might be one that the administrators might look at post-race. But hey, don't throw a punch if you can't take a punch, right? I mean, Thrower stuffed it in, slammed into the tail end of Gassion, arguably a lot, or it's not in the back of, it was Gassion, sorry, but a lot harder than Gassion did to him. The difference was in how they made that contact, and to Thrower's credit, he only made one hit. Gassion made at least 4. But that's going to be something that'll be for the stewards to decide on after this race. I might just take the old boys have at it approach to this. Be very curious to get Thrower's thoughts on what happened there. We might do just that if we get another yellow. With 18 laps to go, I don't think we're done wrecking yet. They've put them back to double file. That's a choice. I don't know if it's the choice I would have made, but I'm not the one making the calls. Green flag's in the air. Renault hightailing it already, trying to get away from this field down to turn number 1. Eastern Stars Motorsports will lock it down the top 4. Sean Bounty trying to find an in. Oh boy, looking for a bit of 3 wide. Krudov up to the high side. Gray gets blocked. Renault still clings on for the lead. And they're trying to do everything they can to keep this field behind. They're running single file. They're doing a good job on shutting this field out. Conor LaFrance, though, trying to attack his teammate. Look for the outside of Tyler Grinnell. Couldn't go for the move, though. Just no speed. Way up to the outside. 15 to go. Bounty, Krudov, and more. Krudov pulling clear from the high side of the racetrack. While Grinnell and LaFrance drive things away down to the turn number 1. Terrell Wheeler making a trip to pit road. So the LGR Motorsports car having more problems in his race, and that will effectively spell an end to his run at a win tonight. Hunter Thrower clawing back to the field. He's battling right now with Stephen Purcell. Two drivers with some loose moments here in the background. Thrower gets clear. And now Gassion finding himself under a bit more pressure from Krudov. Krudov will use the chrome horn. Grant Peterson will hunt to the inside of Sean Bound to try to make a move, and here goes Brannigan. Brannigan struggling with defense here. I can tell what they're doing. The back two are trying to back off. They're trying to back this field up here so the front two can pull away, and they're doing a great job of it. And Krudov just can't find a hole to get through. And I don't think he will get find a hole to get through unless he uses the bumper to take him out. We've seen that a couple times already tonight. What's one more? Under 10 to go. Halfway through the last 18 laps. Now they're going to start to pick up the pace, no doubt, as Grant Peterson and Justin Krudov are battling it out side by side. Grant Peterson and Sean Boundy still trying to see if they can't find a way around the CSM duo. that heads the field. Oh boy, Hunter Thrower up into the outside wall in turn 4. Technical problems for the 83, and he's going to take the tow to pit road. Big problems for Thrower. Taking a look. Oh, got into it big time with Robert Peterson. Slammed into the fence, and he called it a night. Said, nope, this race, it ain't for me. Brannigan losing out big time as Krudoff fights his way through. Krudoff into 4th. Lap traffic possibly with a hand to play in that. 3 wide with that lap traffic. Gassion on all those old tires. One of the last defenders of the podium. Grant Peterson takes away the 4th place spot from Krudoff. Now looking for the long way. No matter what, they're too far back to do anything about the top 2 that run 1-2 on the racetrack. Grant Peterson trying to drive it in around the outside of Austin Gassion. He and Krudoff have got to try to get something if they want to get around that number 1 car. Meanwhile, a battle for the lead. Conor LaFrance to the inside of Tyler Grinnell. Trying to gas it up to go for the point. Couldn't get the run going. Fights on for 3rd as well. Austin Gassion pushing in Grant Peterson. White flag is out, 1 to go. Gassion bodied out wide. Does Conor LaFrance take the race win away from Tyler Grinnell? Coming around, trying to go over the Hail Mary, locks it up and he'll miss the mark. Tyler Grinnell off of turn 4. He wins at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And the fight for the line. Brannigan takes out Krudoff as they crash across the start finish. Big hits all around. But the driver that takes the W will be the 81. How they got this win might be a point of controversy for this field. But it's a win regardless. Tyler Grinnell burns it down on the front straightaway. Finally takes that first win of the season. He was 15 points out. With Krudoff and Brannigan finishing 4th and 5th, I do not believe he is going to have the points he needs. So he won't be able to fight for the championship, but regardless, he will take his first win of the season at long last this afternoon. What a wild ride that we had here this afternoon. Plenty of action to talk about, and there's going to be a lot of time to talk to all of these drivers before we'll close things out tonight. Let's take a run down through the official post-race results as it is Tyler Grinnell to take a 1-2 finish with Conor LaFrance for Eastern Stars Motorsports. Grant Peterson fought his way to a podium around Mark Brannigan Jr. and Austin Gassion. Justin Krudoff followed him through for 4th, with Brannigan and Gassion rounding out 5th and 6th. Sean Bounty was the 7th with Spencer Ray 8th, Robert Peterson 9th, and Austin McColgan rounds out the top 10. Stephen Purcell, Sean Kines 11th and 12th, and his Brandon Clusion 13th. Terrell Wheeler was in 14th. Hunter Thrower in 15th. Then it is Jacob Noyes, Justin Wilson, Maxwell Kroll, Brett Rucker, and Ryan Dingler for the top 10. Fireworks are already kicking off in the Discord chat. Nobody terribly happy, I think, about how that race went down right at the tail end. But, well, we don't have the top 2 just yet, so we'll instead jump back and we'll talk to your 3rd place driver and work our way back from there. It is Grant Peterson who comes home from this race. He'll finish his race on the number 3 spot. And, well, Grant, for you had one heck of a battle trying to get around Austin Gassion there at the stripe. I know some emotions might be running high after that race, and I can imagine there's been a lot of discussions already. Overall, those last 20 laps or so, what do you make of it all?
That was fun. I think I restarted 8th or somewhere like that, and I mean, just clawing through the pack, I felt like I was on fresher tires or whatever there. Yeah, to get up to 3rd after kind of the struggle I felt like I had all night just getting the car to go up off the corner. There were a couple times where I was just able to grip for like 5 or 10 laps, and luckily one of those times is there towards the end where I passed a handful of cars, and it was a blast for sure. Just the amount of cautions was a bit crazy, but those green flag runs we had, I really enjoyed.
It's a very unusual race that we had this afternoon. I think one of the first times we've seen single-file restarts in this league's history. Kind of talk us through the dynamic between how that first half went and how the second half. Because, I mean, out of the 12 yellows, 9 of them were in the first 80 laps, and only 3 for the back half. That's not bad for a second half of the race.
Yeah, I think the majority of that did come from the double file restarts. I mean, we were going 2 laps and then we get a caution, then 2 more laps, caution, and then we go 3 laps and then we get a caution. But yeah, then once we switched over to the single file, I felt like that's when everyone kind of kept their cool, and it obviously spread everyone out pretty quickly on the restarts and allowed us to run a bit longer. So definitely played a factor into the back half of the race, kind of being more of a race rather than a pace.
Well, after everything is said and done, you are locked in as the second driver into the playoffs for this season. So, championship hopes. How confident are you you'll be taking the title at season's end?
Pretty damn confident. These are some good tracks for me. I've always run really good there, and definitely feel like this is one of my best seasons I've put together so far. So, definitely looking forward to getting into the playoffs and seeing what we can do.
I wish you the best of luck when we go racing then next week to kick things off. Well, not next week, sorry, 2 weeks from now for the first playoff race at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Yeah, run on the top. That'll be fun.
Grant Peterson out of Altoona, Iowa for Badger Race, who will come home with the 3rd place finish this afternoon. Now we got the top 2. And we'll start it off with Tyler Greneau, the first driver, and then ESM 1-2. Tyler, you had a bit of a fight there to work out with Connor LaFrance. Some of your teammates, of course, playing for rear gunner support to allow for that fight to comfortably take place well ahead of this field. Overall, talk us through your race this afternoon, because it was a bit of a wild one.
Yeah, it was a real wild one. Started off great with the pole and everything, and then a couple laps in, I overshot turn 3 and 4, and then coming off, I got loose and spun. And then a couple laps later, I spun again, and then it was just a slow work my way through the field again, and got back up front and was luckily able to hold off Connor and get the win.
Kind of talk us through that last lap in particular, because Connor made a look to the inside with 2 to go. He wasn't able to get the job done, and then he went for that Hail Mary in turn 3. Had he not locked it up, he might have gotten to the back bumper. At that point, was it all bets are off?
Yeah, I mean, we were going to definitely go for the win, try to keep it as clean as possible, but I was struggling getting off the corner. I didn't want to spin the tires too much, so he got to me with, like, I think it was 2 to go. He got to me and got to the inside, and I was able to hold him off, and then, yeah, on the last lap there, he sent it in there, and like you said, luckily he locked him up and kind of slid, and I was able to get a little more distance and take back off.
You missed out on the playoff field this time around by just a mere 8 points, so not able to contend for a championship this time around, but are you still looking forward to the season after?
Yeah, definitely. I missed a couple of races throughout the year, so it stinks not to make the playoffs, but at least I got a win, and build the momentum and hopefully help my teammates out as much as I can in the rest of the playoffs.
Wish the best of luck when we go racing then 2 weeks from now. Congratulations on taking the race win. We'll see you again in Miami.
Great, thank you.
Tyler Greneau comes home with the #1 spot this afternoon, and then it is his teammate Connor LaFrance coming home with P2 this afternoon. Connor, so close to taking that 3rd win and being the first driver to get 3 wins this season, but just missing out by the smallest of margins. Kind of walk us through that team strategy there, though. It was looking like it was going to be a 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then all of a sudden, with the pace of Brandon Gassion, seemed to disappear altogether.
Yeah, that was the same with me. I don't know about everybody else, but I just could not keep my tires underneath me, especially for the long run. I was trying to be somewhat easy on that last run to get. I mean, I at least try to have something for Renat, but had a run too soon, and then I went on the inside, and then he just went right around me.
Overall, the race itself was exciting. You tried to lock it up into the third turn to try to see if you had something to look for the inside. Didn't quite go that way. Bump and run on your teammate. It's rare, but it's happened before. Was that ever on the cards for you?
No. I was trying to maybe poke my nose in somewhere, but it didn't happen, so I kind of just hit the brakes pretty hard. Didn't want to wreck him, so good win on him.
And you will be one of several drivers competing for a championship this afternoon. Grant Peterson was very confident he'd be able to take home the championship. He's got a lot of good tracks ahead of him. Are you willing to say the same?
Yeah, next week and the week after that, hopefully I'm talking to you again, so.
Well, fingers crossed. We'll see you when we go racing then in 2 weeks in Miami.
See you.
Connor LaFrance comes home with a solid second-place finish this afternoon. Well, with that, that's about all the time we're going to have for one afternoon. It was a wild one from North Wilkesboro Speedway this afternoon. When we go racing, it'll be 2 weeks from now at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Before we get to all of that, though, the Beer League tomorrow night closes out a championship as they're going to be looking to get things all sorted out for season number 8. Your 10 playoff drivers: Sean Bounty, Grant Peterson, Connor LaFrance, Sean Kaiser, Spencer Ray, Ryan Dingler, Robert Peterson, Austin Gassion, Justin Krudoff, and Mark Brannigan Jr. They'll be duking it out with the first race of the playoffs in 2 weeks at Homestead Miami Speedway. If you want to find more about who we are and what we can offer you, check us out today at www.greenflightv.com. As always, my name is Ola Rempel. Thank you for joining us on Tuesday nights. We'll see you in 2 weeks in Miami.